Overnight, President Trump abruptly ending talks with one of America's closest allies and trading partners. Writing on social media, all trade negotiations with Canada are hereby terminated. The president apparently making the unexpected change because of his objections to a Canadian-made ad criticizing tariffs, featuring a speech by former President Ronald Reagan.
America's jobs and growth are at stake.
The Ronald Reagan Foundation saying the ad, quote, misrepresents the speech. Tensions have been rising after Trump imposed tariffs on imports from Canada earlier this year, the country accounting for more than $400 billion in goods coming into the U.S. Earlier yesterday, the president touting his trade war.
Thank God for tariffs. If we didn't have tariffs, we'd be a third world nation.
At the same event, fielding questions about a very different signature project, his new ballroom, taking the place of the now demolished East Wing of the White House. The view from space offering a dramatic before and after of the site. Crews removing debris from the historic complex, all to clear the way for President Trump's plan to build a massive 90,000 square foot ballroom, nearly double the size of the current executive mansion.
It'll be the most beautiful ballroom anywhere in the world.
The renovation during a lengthy government shutdown facing pushback, including from some Republicans.
People are saying, the government's being destroyed. Well, now it looks like the White House is physically being destroyed.
The White House arguing the president has the authority to make the changes and saying private donations and the president himself will cover the costs.
The president, yes, has committed his own resources.
We'll see a dollar figure from the president.
Yes, he will.
The president later pressed about his own contributions.
How much am I donating? I won't be able to tell you until I finish, but I'll donate whatever's needed.
Garrett, obviously a big focus on this ballroom right now. There are other projects potentially in the works?
Yeah, potentially. I mean, the White House says the ballroom is the top priority, but the president has also been showing off designs for another project he wants to build, a triumphal arch. Think like the Arc de Triomphe in Paris as you come across the bridge from Virginia into Washington, D.C. The president says he'd like to get that done to highlight the U.S.'s 250th birthday celebration, but it's not at all clear that he would have the legal authority, the access to the land, or the funding necessary to take on such a project, let alone on that timeline. Now, that said, it's clear the president is not interested in stopping with just this ballroom when it comes to ways to make a permanent Trump mark on the city of Washington, Savannah.
Garrett Haake at the White House. Thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.